Kirchner farm, so we go back that way. Endris, who seems to be a blacksmith. What's going on here, I wonder? A town guard giving a hard time to these two... Well, that guy looks kind of like a nobleman. Okay, so the sheep weren't in our way. Veronica. Martin, please, can you give me a hand here? What do you want? I'm keeping an eye on them. That looks a lot like standing there and doing nothing. Martin, for Christ's sake, help your cousin. Ah, morning, Andreas. Excuse us, one of the fence rails fell and the sheep started hopping it. Is there something I can do to help? Should I offer to help? No, excuse me. I'll try to stay out of your way. Well, should I offer to help? Now only these two are commenting. Perhaps helping others also helps us. It allows us to feel useful and take satisfaction in our work. That idiot Martin should be helping them. Yell at him. Give him a good scare. Well, then again, I don't know anything about sheep, and I would probably just get in their way. Well, can we help? Have you ever handled sheep before? Well, no. Then no, but thank you. A Christian of you to offer. Oh, look, there's something going on up at the Steinauer's place. Steinauer, I think that's how you pronounce it. Who's that on the horse? Looks rich. I don't know, Martin, but Lucky is giving him an earful. Christ, I haven't seen Lucky that worked up since Peter and Clara's wedding when Johan pulled his pants down. Okay, so Johan, Clara... Oh, we have talked to her already earlier. And Peter, yes. Okay, we know these people. At least two of them. Knock two of my man's teeth out. You don't want to feel the strength behind a stonemason's anger. Do you think he's a noble? He looks really rich. God damn it, Martin, stay out of trouble for once. What, Aunt Hetty? Behave yourself. Don't we have enough to deal with right now? Andreas, if you wouldn't mind moving your skinny little body up the road, we need to get this sheep under control. Of course. See you later. Don't work too hard, Martin. Good luck. Help your aunt and your cousin, alright? Eat shit, Andreas. Well, screw you too. Okay, I assume that we can only follow the road here and not actually walk across the grass or anything. It's a bit silly, but oh well. But apparently we can't get there because this sheep is blocking our way. I guess. Actually, is there a road leading up there? Endris Schmidt's smithy. It's so much smaller than the one he uses at the abbey. Let's have a chat with him. Oh, Andreas, good morning. Oh, good timing even. Do you have a moment to lend me a hand? Well, sure. Wonderful, I've got too many irons in the fire. Or rather shoes. Horseshoes. I miscounted how many I put in. Now I need a hand, else they'll overheat and I won't be able to work the metal. Oh, here, take this shoe in the tongs. Put the hot part of the shoe on the anvil, and I'll hit it with the hammer. Like this. Okay. Good, good. Next one. Ah, well done. See? Short work. Okay, that was simple enough. Thanks for the help, Andreas. I don't know what I was thinking doing all those at once. It sure would be nice to have someone to help me out here every day. Every day? Have you considered an apprentice? Have you considered a child? Don't look at me, painting is hard work. It's hard enough. Have you considered an apprentice? I have. None of the boys in the village seem interested. Keep at them. I bet you could get Bert Trucker. Oh, that young lad. Huh. Klaus would have my head if I tried. Klaus. Oh, him. Anyway, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I'll see you and Otto up by the abbey guest house for dinner. So that's Otto. Until then. Okay, maybe we should work our way towards the abbey now. We have been wasting quite a bit of time, I would imagine. And we can't go and talk to them, I guess, so let's just move on. Church and truckers, so this way. And there is... what was his name again? There's so many new characters and names introduced to us in the first few minutes of the game. Klaus, that was it. Okay. Morning, Andreas. How's it going? Was he speaking Italian or Greek or... why could we not understand him at first? Morning, Klaus. Another day at the abbey. Another few hours to work on my masterpiece. Good to hear. You're still coming by for supper tonight? Mary and Bert would love to see you. Mary. Okay, we haven't seen her. You really need to see these new woodcuts I have for an Italian edition of Till Eulenspiegel. Till Eulenspiegel, the titular character of a popular 15th century book. Till is a prankster, continually exposing the vices and hypocrisy of others. He is also quite skilled at tricking people into smelling, touching or eating his excrement. Oh god. I didn't realize Father Thomas let you print books in Italian. Come on, Andreas, he's not that strict. I know he's just trying to protect people from... heresy, witch-mania, adventure stories of questionable moral repute, your sloppy typesetting, heresy. Sure, why not? So, some of things people are publishing these days would make a bishop's head spin. Or an abbot's. It doesn't take much with that one. I know it, but at least I don't have to deal with him much. So, supper tonight after Vespers. Of course, thank you. Great, I'll tell Mary and Bert you are coming. See you then. See you later. Let's hope that I remember that. Oh, here must be the abbey. And here's Thomas. He kind of looks like Martin Luther. It must be because of the clothes. God bless Master Muller. I hope your week is going well. Thank you, Father. It's going quite well. I'm just on my way up the hill to get to work. Yeah, let's be polite. Good, Andreas. I don't recall seeing you at Sunday morning Mass. You understand how important it is for your salvation that you receive Holy Communion, don't you? Yes, I apologize, Father Thomas. I promise I'll make it this Sunday. I do, but I've been working on sketches late at night and... I stayed up too late on Saturday. I don't want to get into an argument with him about this. Would going to church on Sunday be such a burden? If not for his sake, consider it for your own. Consider it for your own. A man has many duties. Father Thomas should appreciate how hard you work to help the abbey. This asshole can't make you go to mass. To hell with him. Almost everyone in town works hard, though. Well, yes, I apologize, Father. You don't have to make a promise to me, but our salvation is contingent on the. Oh my! What a blessed day to receive such an illustrious visitor. Master Malher, this is Lorenz, Baron of Rothvogel, a great lord from the countryside near Worms. Worms, not a very flattering name. Worms, prosperous imperial free city in the western part of the empire, located on the Rhine River. Worms has been the site of many imperial diets. Good to see you, Father Thomas. It is nice to be remembered fondly. I only wish all of your neighbors were as welcoming. Well, yes. What brings you back to our little town? My wife and I were returning from a trip to Venice. We spent a few days in Innsbruck and it was terribly dull. Venice? Yeah, we know what Venice is. Innsbruck, capital of the Austrian county of Tyrol and major stop on the Imperial Road connecting Italy and Bavaria. It is the closest major city of Kiersau, Abbey and Tassing. Notably, it was also the site of witch trials in 1485. Okay. I mean, it has a certain charm common to these alpine cities, but the place was crawling with nobles for the emperor's diet. And I assume that by diet they don't mean food diet. An imperial diet is an assembly of the three colleges of the imperial estates of the Holy Roman Empire, the prince-electors, the princes and dukes, and representatives of the imperial cities. They meet to deliberate on matters of importance to the empire. So basically, important meetings with important people. The emperor, was he there? Did you see him? Oh, briefly, but he was sitting for a portrait at the time. Quite lovely. I didn't want to bother him or the painter. Who was the artist, my lord? Why was the diet assembled, my lord? How was Venice, my lord? I lived there only a few years ago. Oh, fascinating. Well, the city's Jews now live in their own quarter in the north. The city's artists are still producing wonderful work. Titian in particular is a god. No offense, Father. Of course. Anyway, my wife wanted to stay a bit longer in Innsbruck, and I decided to ride ahead to make a visit to Kiersau. I heard Father Matthias died shortly after my last visit, of course. Father Matthias. Abbot of Kiersau before Father Gernot, widely respected by the monks and nuns as well as the people of Tassing, known for his kindness and his love of books. Okay. A great loss for the Abbey and for us all. Indeed, by good fortune I recently came across a copy of the Historia Tassae he was reading during my last visit. Okay, a history book, I take it. An account of the early history of Tassing. Kiersau's previous abbot, Father Matthias, had a copy. Baron Rothvogel brought another to the Abbey as a gift. That's nice of him. Father Matthias was hoping to find a second copy to corroborate the contents of the first. It contains some fascinating details about the history of this place. I'm afraid they might even cause a bit of a scandal. Yes, I wonder what they are talking about. But I must be off. There will be time enough to discuss Tassing's past later. I commissioned a manuscript from the Abbey through Father Gernot, and I have come to check on its progress. Oh, my lord, if you have come to see your manuscript, you should speak with young Master Malher here. Not quite a true master yet. I still have to marry and be approved by our city council. It is an honor to meet you, my lord. Well, should we be honest? Yeah, sure. Andreas is a journeyman artist from Nuremberg. For the next few months he is also helping in the abbey's scriptorium. Scriptorium, a room for writing, illustrating and illuminating manuscripts. Though typically associated with monasteries, they have disappeared from almost all abbeys by the 16th century. Oh yeah, because of Gutenberg's printing press. So we are still working at a scriptorium, and kinda implying that we don't have printing press, at least in this town yet. I don't remember when it was invented exactly, so maybe printing press doesn't exist here yet. A Nuremberger artist working in an abbey scriptorium in 1518? Oh, we should talk, Andreas. I must know the story. Of course, my lord, it would be an honor. Well, I'm already late to the abbey, but I suppose it's all right. Surely my lord would find little entertainment or companionship in me. Surely my lord would find little entertainment or companionship in me. Well, sure, it would be an honor. Wonderful! It's so rare to find someone in the countryside who knows anything about art. Thank you for the introduction, Father Thomas. Come to supper at the abbey tonight. I'm inviting you to the abbot's table. Did the abbot invite me? Oh, don't worry about it, Father. Just show up after Vespers. What is he going to do? Refuse us? Excellent. We will see you then. Wait, didn't I already have arrangements with, was it Klaus, whom we talked to earlier? Miklaus, is that how you pronounce it? Miklaus, I'm dismounting. Run ahead of us and take the horses to the abbey's guest house. I would like to take my time talking with Master Mahler. I'll meet you there. At once, my lord. So then, a journeyman from Nuremberg. Forgive me for saying so, but you seem a little old to not yet be a master. You said you were unmarried? No, I'm not married, but in truth I came to my vocation later than my father and brothers. I was in university for a number of years at Erfurt. Is that Frankfurt? Erfurt is one of the most populous cities in the empire and is located near its heart. It has been home to a respected university since 1379 and is a center of humanist thought. Erfurt, wonderful, the same university as Martin Luther. Yeah, I know that name alright. Have you read his works? Tremendous mind. Martin Luther, priest and professor of theology at the University of Wittenberg. Controversial for his opinions on the church's sale of indulgences to forgive sin, which were recently published and distributed throughout the empire. He says things about the church that should have been said years ago. Might get him into trouble, but he's a brave, brilliant man. Wait, you may have even met him, did you? You must tell me. Ah, no, he was a few years ahead of me. Still, his ideas do seem fascinating. His ideas don't hold much interest for me, I'm afraid. Well, he seems fascinating. I agree wholeheartedly. I simply must meet him if I get the chance. I wonder if the good brothers of the abbey have heard of him. Oh, I bet they have heard of him alright. Whether they like him is another thing entirely. Perhaps they have even read his list of 95 theses against the church. Oh yeah, the thesis that he nailed on the door of the Church of Wittenberg. A list of propositions against the church's practice of selling indulgences for the remission of sin. It was written in 1517 by Martin Luther. Father Matthias was not above having a lively debate. I hope Father Gernot does not disappoint in that regard. Gernot? Okay. Looks like a typical monk. But enough about that. But enough about that Luther for now. Tell me about your university studies. Yeah, I'm quite interested too. What did you study? Forgive me, Baron, but did you attend university? You seem very well educated. Ah, no, my family is merely wealthy enough to have provided me with all of the books and tutors a child could dream of. I love all knowledge, from Aristotle and Cicero to Physio and Erasmus, and everyone in between and yet to come. Yeah, well, I know most of these names, but might as well read these as well. So let's start with Aristotle. Greek philosopher and student of Plato. Renowned as a polymath, he wrote on a wide variety of subjects. His work is extensively cited by current scholars, and even more work is attributed to him than he could have ever written. And Erasmus? Erasmus of Rotterdam, a Dutch priest and philosopher who is preeminent among northern humanists. He is known for his works in Latin and Greek, as well as his calls for reform within the church. And then we have Cicero, or Cicero, statesman, scholar, lawyer and renowned orator of the late Roman Republic. He is revered both for his contributions to Latin literature and his skills at rhetoric. And finally Ficino, but I don't know this one. Marsilio Ficino was a 15th century Italian priest and humanist who was one of the leading figures of the Italian Renaissance. He is well known for his translations of the works of Plato into Latin. Oh, okay. So that's what he is known for. I may have misjudged the Baron. It seems he is a well-read as any university student. In truth, I am simply happy to speak with another well-educated man. Now then, did you earn your doctrine? No, I didn't. Only a master's degree. I started working toward a doctorate, but didn't finish. Oh, that's a shame. Well, what was your area of study? Now we are talking. Theology. Andreas has a strong understanding of Catholic theology, biblical knowledge, canon law, heresies and similar subjects, imperial law. Andreas knows the basics of the fractured systems of laws that govern the various states of the Holy Roman Empire, and medicine. Andreas is familiar with the basics of human biology, medicine and illness. There's no philosophy here. Well, I guess they also talked about philosophy in theology as well. But which one to pick out of these three? If someone becomes ill, or we become ill or sick, could we possibly cure them if we pick medicine, because we have some knowledge when it comes to, well, medicine, human anatomy, biology and stuff like that? Knows the basics of the fractured systems of laws that govern the various states of the Holy Roman Empire. Yes, because the Holy Roman Empire was very fractured indeed, while it wasn't as unified and centralized as France or England, for instance. I don't really care about these other options here too much, so let's go with theology. Theology, as odd as that may seem. Not odd at all. It's a good field of study if you want a position in the church. My late uncle was the abbot of Fulda. I spent many hours reading the manuscript in their library with his permission. Fulda, town built around an old Benedictine abbey near the center of the empire. Fulda's abbots are imperial princes and wield great power. I see. He was a pious enough man, I suppose, but he wielded great power from that abbey. Oh, hi, Ottilia. You! If I had my fate, I would have prayed you would never show your face here again. She's not talking to us, is she? Curse you, Lorenz Rothvogel. Purchased dogs tearing you to pieces would be too kind of fate. Okay. These rustic communities display a shocking lack of hospitality, don't you think? What was that about? Who knows? By the time I finish guessing, the old crone will probably be dead. Okay. Well, what of your early time in university? Every student must study the trivium and quadrivium, yes? What the hell ever that is. The trivium and quadrivium represent the lower and upper divisions of a classic liberal arts university education. Latin, grammar, logic and rhetoric form the trivium, Arithmetic, geometry, music and astronomy form the quadrivium. Okay. Did you have a favorite subject? Okay, Latinist. Andreas has a strong command of Latin, grammar and vocabulary. He can also easily recall sententiae antique, quoted words of wisdom from the Roman Republic and Empire. Logician. Andreas instinctively thinks through the implications of information as he receives it, is adept at spatial analysis and can easily perform complicated calculations in his head. Okay, so basically he's good at math. I don't care for math myself, so no thank you. Orator. Andreas excelled at rhetoric in university. He is a skilled teacher, persuader and public speaker. I could go with this, I suppose. Occultist. Now this sounds interesting. Andreas knows a soul-endangering amount of theoretical and practical knowledge on alchemy, astronomy, theurgy, necromancy, and various magical rites and ceremonies. I'm really tempted to pick occultist here. Heavens and Earth. Andreas knows a great deal about the constellations, heavenly bodies and their movements. He is also familiar with various plants and animals from study and personal experience. Let's pick occultist. Fuck it. Let's pick it up. I used my access to the university's library to pursue more esoteric interests. Oh, esoteric, how? Mystical texts. Books on alchemy, invoking spirits, divination, purely academic of course. Of course. I started with Ficino's Corpus Hermeticum and my interest only deepened from there. And this is a compilation of 17 religious and philosophical treatises encompassing the soteriology, I don't know what that is, of Hermes Trismegistus or Thrice Great Hermes. The centuries-old texts reflect Egyptian, Greek and Jewish traditions and ideas, and were translated into Latin in the late 15th century by Marsilio Ficino and Lodovico Lazzarelli. I'm starting to lose my voice here for reading so much already. Quite interesting, Andreas. I'll make some time to speak with you more on this topic during my stay. I look forward to it, my lord, I suppose. Well, as you wish, my lord. And your other studies. Was there anything else you excelled at? Okay, so we can choose one more time. Okay. I kind of want to pick Latinist, so let's do that. I focused on Latin. It's useful in so many ways, but especially for understanding manuscripts. Wonderful, a beautiful language used in the greatest empire of the ancient world. Tell me, what is your favorite sententia? Sententiae are commonly understood moral maxims, typically originating from ancient Rome or Greece. They may be employed as a sort of quasi-logical rhetorical shorthand among educated audiences. Okay. Everyone enjoys the smell of their own farts. Remember to tell the tale of another's kindness many times, but whatever kind deed you do for others, keep quiet. I kinda like this one, so let's go with that. But using Erasmus is cheating. A little, but Erasmus was paraphrasing Aristotle. Fair, if you don't mind dipping your Latin cup into a Greek well. Ah, there's the abbey. Finally. I have good memories of this place and of Father Matthias. I was sad to hear of his passing. How did you come to know him? How did you come to know of Kiersau at all? My family have been patrons of Kiersau for, I don't know, how many generations. Some years ago I heard that Kiersau still had a wonderful library and artisans. Professional artists have taken over most manuscript production, so I was shocked to find an active scriptorium here. Well, there's not much left of it these days. 2 old men, a young scribe and me. This is a good place as any to create art. The artists that remain here are quite talented, if a bit old-fashioned. Well, this is a good place as any to create art. Certainly, though I'm sure you miss the comforts of Nuremberg when you are stuck in a drafty old abbey like this. I'll get back there soon enough. I'm in no rush. I do, but the abbot is paying good money, good enough to put up with a bit of discomfort. I'll get there back soon enough. I'm in no rush. Or yeah, sure. That's good for me, since I still appreciate the abbey's work. I commissioned a manuscript to Father Gernot a year ago. I thought I would stop by and check on the progress. Wait, are you the artist working on it? It's a prayer book with 20 illustrations. I know the work, but no, I do know the artist well, the venerable brother Piero. Okay. How venerable? He still has his wits and his skills, if that's what concerns you. Brother Piero has an incredible talent with color. Then I very much look forward to seeing it. And finally we are at the abbey. I've been playing for maybe 40 plus minutes, I think. I kinda lost track of time. Miklaus, tend to the horses and the baggage. I'm heading up to the abbey. Yes, my lord. Well, let's not keep the abbot waiting any longer. Some nuns. Nuns. Quite unusual for a Benedictine house to have monks and nuns even if they are separated. Benedictine, founded in the 6th century, the Benedictines are a Christian monastic order that observes vows of obedience, poverty, chastity, and stability under the rule of Saint Benedict of Nursia. The church closed most of them centuries ago. But then Kiersau is a place out of time in more ways than one. Yes, apparently so. They don't even have a printing press here. Do you know Mother Cecilia? She seemed to recognize you. Why were they closed? Monks and nuns living side by side cannot behave themselves. Yeah, I can imagine. I don't blame them though. The church shouldn't either. It's just human nature after all. And that's... what was his name again? Ah, you must be Father Gernot. I am Lorenz, Baron of... Yes, the Baron of Rothvogel. So wonderful to have you here again. We actually did meet on your last visit. Ah, if you say so. I am not good with remembering faces. Please forgive me, my lord, but I wasn't expecting you for another few days. Yes, I know, but I wrote ahead. I just couldn't wait to see my manuscript. I'm sure it's no trouble. Well, yes, I mean, no, it's no trouble. Did you want to see it now? Oh, in a moment. I could do with a bit of refreshment, though. May I grab something from the kitchen? Yes, certainly, my lord. I will meet you there. Andreas, I don't know what you were doing with the Baron, but I need you in the scriptorium now. Of course, Father, I'm eager to get to work. Why are you taking this out on me? He's not my problem. Is this a bad time to ask for an advance on my payment for the Book of Hours? Book of Hours. A type of illuminated manuscript that contains an abbreviated form of the prayers for the divine office in addition to other religious texts. Most are relatively plain, but wealthy patrons often commission lavish examples with elaborate illustrations. Should we gonna piss him off? I mean, we did promise to pay our monthly rent earlier, so... Is this a bad time to ask for an advance on my payment for the Book of Hours? I should ask again when he's in a better mood. Maybe I could just convince Brother Matthew to pay me early. The Garnet's taxes. Find a way to get paid. Okay, so that's my next objective in the next episode, because I'm gonna end this episode here. The Garnet's taxes. Ask Father Gernot. Okay, anything else? Ask Brother Matthew. Well, those are our objectives in the next episode, I suppose. So far, really enjoying this game. I love the references to various famous historical people and events and stuff like that. And I also really dig the art style. But I really wish that this game had some voice acting in it, because I mean, Obsidian is not exactly an indie studio. They are working for Microsoft these days. You would think that they could afford some voice actors for a game like this. But I suppose not. But, oh well, I just have to read everything again. Just like last time when I was playing the Dreams in the Witch House, I had to read everything there as well. But this game seems to have more dialogue and text to read in general. So I may lose my voice every now and then in each episode. But we'll see. We can pull it through. So, until next time. Thank you for watching and see you next time for more Pentiment.